industrial development of the Philippines was another good economic effect of American rule. Unfortunately, the growth of industrialization gave rise to a new national problem: labor. The economic prosperity during the American period was enjoyed by only a few capitalist families, the businessmen and the landowners. The working class, such as the factory laborers and the farm tenants, were given low wages. They live a hand-to-mouth existence and remained poor. The Philippines experienced exploitation through trade that favored the upper class while neglecting the lower class. Furthermore, on the subject of commercial expansion of the Philippines, the greatest factor that contributed was free trade with the United States. Pag-usapan naman natin ngayon yung two landmark pieces of US legislation. Una dyan ay yung Payne-Aldrich Act of 1909. It was also called as Tariff Act of 1909, signed into law noong August 5, 1905, passed by the U.S. Congress under the presidency of William Howard Taft. Ipinangalan after Representative Sereno E. Pine of New York and Senator Nelson Aldrich of Rhode Island. Ito po ay partial free trade between the Philippines and the United States, allowing duty-free entry for most products except rice, sugar, and tobacco. The purpose was to modify taxes or tariffs imposed on goods imported and exported by the United States. Pangalawa ay yung Underwood Tariff Act of 1913, Batas Underwood-Simmons o mas kilala rin bilang Revenue Act of 1913 ng Estados Unidos. Ito ay pagsasabalik ng federal na buwis at pagbababa ng taripa mula 40% tungo 25% na naunang naipataw sa pamamagitan ng Payne-Aldrich Tariff Act ng 1909. Nabanggit ko kanina, it was also known as the Revenue Act of 1913 or Underwood-Simmons Tariff Act of 1913. Signed into law noong October 3, 1913, ipinasa by the U.S. Congress under the presidency of Woodrow Wilson. Ipinangalan siya after Congressman Oscar Underwood of Alabama. Ito naman ay full free trade between Philippines and the United States. This law was enacted to remove the quantitative limitation on duty-free products of the Philippines entering the U.S. or to abolish the remaining quota limitations on Philippine products, creating a fuller free trade relationship with the United States. So, how do these economic policies affect the Philippines after the implementation? Siyempre, uunahin nating alamin yung impacts of the Payne-Aldrich Act in the Philippines. Una dyan ay mas lumawak yung trade between the Philippines and Americans. Pangalawa, large hacienda owners and businessmen benefited. Sabi ko nga kanina, ang economic prosperity during the American period ay na-enjoy lamang ng mga businessmen and landowners. Pero yung mga working class, such as factory laborers and farm tenants, were given low wages. Kaya nga, nananatili pa rin silang mahirap. Doon pa lang makikita na natin na merong inequality, di ba? And the third one, the Philippine economy become dependent on the United States because exporting to America was favored over developing the local industry for domestic needs. The fourth impact ay yung the entry of American products increase because there are almost no tariffs. Ang kalakalan ng Pilipinas sa Estados Unidos ay tumaas ng husto. Ito lamang ang ibig sabihin ng number 5. At dahil dito, nakakuha ang mga producer ng Pilipinas ng malaking kalamangan sa mga karibal sa ibang mga bansa, lalo na sa sektor ng agrikultura na nakatuon sa pag-export. Ibig sabihin, mas madali at mas mabilis na nakabenta ang producer ng Pilipinas ng kanilang mga produkto sa Estados Unidos na nakatulong sa pag-unlad ng sektor ng agrikultura ng ating bansa. So yon, magtungo naman na tayo sa impacts of the Underwood Tariff Act in the Philippines. Una, nagkaroon ng progress sa kalakalan. Exports from the Philippines increase, particularly for agricultural products such as sugar, abaca, and tobacco. Number 2, the Philippine economy and market become more reliant on the United States for the reason that the product enters America almost for free. Number 3, nagkaroon ng changes within the local industry. Production is more focused on crops and products that the American market demands rather than the needs of the local economy. Mas nag-focus na yung Philippines sa demands ng American market kaysa sa local needs. Number 4, higher profits for some hacienda owners, particularly those who owned large sugar, abaca, and tobacco plantations ay mas nag-benefit from free trade. Number 5, since the majority of taxes and tariffs on Philippine goods imported into the US were eliminated, it became easier, mas napadali, and less expensive na for the Philippines to enter the US market. Although free trade with the United States was productive of commercial prosperity, it had its bad effects. It made the Philippines economically dependent on the United States. The attractive free trade relations with the United States caused the neglect of the Philippines' trade with other foreign countries such as China, Japan, and England. In conclusion, to sum it up, American colonization profoundly shaped our nation's economy and culture in both positive and negative ways. Furthermore, the Payne-Aldrich Act or yung partial free trade and the Underwood Tariff Act or yung full free trade considerably contributed to some sectors of the Philippine economy in a way that it created freer trade and has opened closer trade relations between the Philippines and America. Philippine agricultural goods like sugar, coconut products, and abaca could go to the big and rich US market duty-free and more easily because of free trade. Dahil dito, export income ay biglang tumaas and growth in these particular industries was substantial. Sa kabilang banda, it resulted in the dependency of the Philippines on the United States economy and market. There was also exploitation not just in trade but in natural resources and human resources. It's like fostering growth but also inequality and dependence. That's all. Thank you for listening. Again, I am Tris Ann Corpus. God loves you. God bless you.